Today, I'm showing you the process of painting a large, colorful landscape. It took 3 months to finish, so come and paint with me. I started with the underpainting, which helped place subjects from the beginning. As you see here, I started adding color to the canvas, working on the colorful sky. I am using acrylics on canvas, so it is difficult to create a nice seamless blend. You can tell that the sky looks patchy at this point, but with some time and blending with the help of acrylic mediums, it will end with a seamless blend. Now, the background greenery. Most times, I work back to front. Now, I'm painting the large weeping tree. I have my thumbnail sketches and references to see how to replicate the long draping leaves. This is a still landscape, meaning that there is minimum wind, but I didn't want the tree to look so static either, but for it to have some slight movement. And here I'm repainting the other tree. Sometimes I create too much detail, which is not the style I aim for, so I am simplifying it here. You can see the difference between the two. The part under and in front of the tree. For this, I didn't know if I want to keep it as concrete, so you will see it develop into a dirt patch. In the original picture, it is a concrete platform, so people can get closer to the large pond. So this is inspired by a real place. It is inspired by a garden I visited. I just love this tree and it goes with the theme of this series. Paintings that I am currently finishing up. Also, sorry for blocking the camera view. I am working on figuring out the best angles to film. I promise that the next videos of large paintings will be better. Now the water reflection and all the greenery in the water. this point, I didn't like the water plant by the tree, so I decided to paint over it. I liked how it looked in my small thumbnail, but I didn't like it here at large. This is something that I'm still learning. Fast forward to now, I did a lot of work that I didn't film, but I ended up changing the grass, adding more pink, and adding more pink overall to the whole painting. I added more details to the tree and the reflection also. Yes, I turned the whole painting upside down. It even looks funny to me right now that I'm rewatching it, recording the audio, but I know that some might think that it's weird, but turning the painting upside down or on its side or turning your head to the sides helps you see things differently, which is something that we need, because if you're standing in front of a painting for hours or days while you're working on it, well, you do need a different perspective. Here at this point, I'm at the final stage, which is adding some details to the overall painting. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Please support this channel by subscribing. You can also like, comment, and share. And I leave you with a final piece. That are most used, and finally talk about color. Underpainting is an extra step before starting a painting. It is a painting before the painting. In this first one, I left the left side blank white, and on the right half, I painted the whole section with one layer of burnt umber. I'm painting a whole landscape over the two halves. As I go, you will see the effect. As you layer more, it will be less noticeable, but still it influences how the painting looks. Which one do you like more? I personally like the one on the right with the underpainting. There are many. Underpainting is not new. It is a traditional way of how old masters painted since the 1400s. Oil painters back then started a painting this way. Here I am using acrylics, but underpaintings can be used for most art mediums like watercolor, gouache, and even soft pastels. The next 3 mini paintings will demonstrate only 2 types of underpainting. In this first one, I have added burnt umber again, but with established values. You should use it more as a wash, in which you can add more water or glaze medium to the paint for lighter areas, and for darker values, add more paint with less water and medium. I did add a little white. You are not supposed to add white, because remember, this is only supposed to be a thin layer. But I am using acrylic on a sketchbook paper, and I don't know what type of thick paper this is. It was a cheap buy just to test colors and sketches, so if you're using acrylics on paper, I do recommend watercolor paper or acrylic paper, and preferably cotton. The middle one is orange, which is a warm tone. This is the opposite of the colors on the color wheel that I will use over the underpainting. The third one, I just added blue all completely over. You can see here the one that is more slightly different. It is the one with the warm underpainting. I did add a few more layers of thicker paint with these, but you can still see that the orange makes the cool colors of the purple, beige, and green pop, and the blue is the one that seems more darker and cool. There's not much of a difference between the burnt umber and blue underpaintings, but it still did slightly influence it. In this final mini study, I will be using yellows. This first one is primary yellow, the second one is cadmium yellow, which is a yellow-orange color, and the last one is yellow ochre, which is an earthy yellow. I will do a quick time lapse and show the final results. I know on camera it's slightly different, and it has been partly cloudy, so the lighting causes the colors to slightly change, but they are close to the exact colors shown. So after doing this yellow color study, I do not see a huge difference. They all look relatively the same, but I encourage you to test it out for yourselves. If you had to pick between these three, pick the one that goes with the feel that you want to portray. If you want a vivid painting, go for the bright primary yellow.